Hi folks, here we are up in Fargo, North Dakota. It was a little chilly this morning. They had a frost warning last night, so we got our coats and sweatshirts on, but we're gonna walk around here. There's a swap meet, there's a small car show, and there's a few cars for sale as well. So we'll show you all that stuff. Well, we'll start off with a few they have for sale here. There's a 56 Chevy, 4-door sedan. Patina car, or should I say primer car. $14,500 is the price on that one. There's all your information. Get a phone number and stuff if you want to. You can pause on any of that information you want to. Check it out under the hood here. It's like a big block there. And we got a cool little Ford panel truck here. No price on this one. There's your phone number. A cool Ford panel truck. You don't see very many of those of that series. Got a couple bucket seats in there. Now we're up in North Dakota. You know, you're along the eastern part here because this is Fargo, but usually stuff isn't too horribly rusty up this way. Here's a Cadillac here, 57 Cadillac, 5700 right there. There's your phone number and stuff. Looks mostly original inside. And a cool old caddy. And we got another Chevy here. We'll show you that one. 300 horsepower it says there in the Cadillac. And this one's another 56 Chevy 4-door sedan. Like the stickers in the window there. Kennedy for president, it says in the bumper. Show you the information on that one. Don't see a price, but there is a phone number and stuff if you're interested. Anyway, we'll get over to the swap meet stuff here. And we'll start over on this side here. This guy's got a few things on a signboard for sale there. You can pause on any of these you want to and read the information there. And his phone number is up there on the top left. I'll show you a few prices and stuff as we go.
Looks custom.
And we got some Tonka trucks and stuff here. 75 on the Jeep, 265 on the highway truck, restored one. Hell car here project for 75 bucks. Got some more stuff for sale here on this signboard. El Camino there. Push parts there. Anyway, that's got his number and everything if you're interested in anything. There's some Model A stuff. There's the exhaust manifold heater there for 35 bucks. There's some miscellaneous stuff. As with any swap meet, you see some old, some new, some flea market stuff, some car parts. You just never know. There's some Chrysler stuff here. 1950 Chrysler. So there's a gauge cluster and a radio in there. Don't see a price on that set.
Waiting to see the next innovation.
45 bucks on that Eagle photo ornament deal. Yeah, this guy's got a big setup of stuff here. Got all kinds of die-cast models. 60 on the little Dodge, 40 on that one. Depends on the one. They're different varying prices. Some suspension parts here. Like 67 to 9 Camaro. 68 Camaro C28 factory 4-piston disc brakes, $7.50 for the set. Chrome hood hinges here. They're $100. $15 on the, or no, $5 on the 48 Ford truck, Ford emblem. Some ducks there, $20 a piece. And we got some other stuff here that was too heavy to bring. Differential there, $7.50 on that one. And we got some Model A and T stuff. $20 a piece on the running board pan, $70 on the rear fender there. The gas tank there, 28 or 9. There's a 40 Ford. Well, they're calling that a coupe lid, but it's for a sedan. 900 on the Ford transmission on the ground there. Got some different Model A speedometers and stuff. $100 on that one. Says it works. 39 gas tank there for $200. Just kind of walk down the booth. $100 on a set of caps. You guys got some older stuff on that trailer too. We'll catch that on the next aisle when we come down the far side. I've got a few of these here. Ford traveling lights, a little plastic emergency light. I've got a few of those I've been selling as well. Model T carburetors, $25, $50 a piece, depends what they are. Looks like 25, 35 on the Model A carburetors, depending on which one. There's an early Ford horn button there. 34 Ford. Looks like $20 on that. 500 on the skirts. 35 grill here for 500. Model T bumper brackets there, $40 a pair. It's kind of a nice early coil box here. 200 on that. No coils in it, but it's a nice early coil box. You get 110 on the aluminum pickup truck toolbox there. Transfer case back there, early 80s Chevy transfer case there, $50. Seems cheap enough. 360 intake for $25. Well, we got all kinds of different wheels and tires here. 84 to 88 Dodge Daytona Chrysler LeBaron. Corvette wheels, $150 a set. $250 a set for the Jeep wheels. Oh, here's some Trans Am Snowflake wheels, $250 for the set. Running boards for Durango there, $25. $20 a piece on the oil cans. Looks like an S10 tailgate back there for $40. There it is.
In the morning I go.
Now we got a Chevy truck. It says 1930 question mark on the frame there. I'm not sure exactly what year that is. It's early 30s, but maybe somebody on the video can tell us. I'm not an expert on these 30 to 32 era, or even 33 era Chevys. Somewhere in that time period. And though, pretty solid truck, but these are full of wood, so as you can see, the wood comes out of the doors and stuff. It's pretty unusual to see one altogether, actually, because of the wood aspect. There's the information if you want, and there's another one he's got for sale. Jump around the other side of it. Pretty solid truck, though. You know, out here things, like I said, they just don't rust like they do back east. Look at the bottom edges of the cab and everything. Just needs to be restored. There you go. Jump across the aisle. Got a few more things in this guy's booth. There's There's a headlight eyebrow for a Chevy pickup, 50 bucks. Couple fiberglass fenders. Here's a pair of 49 doors there. 150 for the pair on those. Good enough deal. 56 Ford gauge cluster for 25. 100 and a quarter for that 40 Ford dash. It's got some pitting though. It's kind of thin with some pinholes in it and stuff. Tools and radios. There's a cassette player there. The bottom one he wants 40 bucks for it. GM cassette player, I believe. Yeah, some more truck parts. 40 bucks for the pair of running boards there. Those are 40 Ford truck, I think. Those are Dodge truck rear fenders back there, but they've been shortened up. Those will fit like a 48 to 53. 40 bucks on those. Barracuda lid looks like. 38 or 9 Ford truck hood there for 40 bucks. That's cheap enough. I think you wanted 300 for the grill there. Kind of a cool strong box right here. It's like for an old stagecoach or something. Heavy duty strong box. Got the key still. Wells Fargo or one of those companies. Some 16-inch Ford wheels there on the ground. There are bucket seats there. Yeah, we'll check out his truck here. He's got an International KB11. That's a big one. Big series. Looks like it's on a more modern chassis. Sitting a lot lower than it would have originally. Pretty cool truck though. 100 bucks on the machinery hauler there. Yeah, looks like we got an old Ford flathead camshaft there with the fiber gear on it. 60 bucks. Different machinist tools. There's a Lincoln Zephyr transmission there for $650. Probably a 1940 or so. It's a column shift one. These are cool. Some early body tools there. 1822 on that one. And we got a Mullins trailer back here. I'll check that out. 1937 Mullins. It's got some rust around the edges, but pretty unusual to find. No fenders on it. He does have the wheel well patch panels to go with it. You can buy quite a few parts and pieces for these to restore them. But those were only made for a couple years, like 37, 38. We've got one. We also did a history on the Mullins Trailer Company. They made all kinds of other stuff too, stamp steel stuff. So if you want to catch that video, it's one of our older ones. There's quite a bit of history on that company. Early dash here. Not sure what that one fits. 40 bucks on the dash. Even got a guitar here. But you see all kinds of miscellaneous stuff. Just depends what you're looking for. You gotta pick it out of the pile. $200 a pair on the chrome wheels. $350 on the banjo wheel right there. Steering wheel, Ford one. Late 30s. Different die casts. These are kind of cool. Made in USA still back then. I don't know if those are Nyland or what company made them, but they're Napa trucks, toy trucks. Some intakes there. That one's $3 1/4 for that intake with the carb and everything. Air cleaner on it. These are kind of cool. These are, usually you see these on a station wagon. They go at the back. They're kind of an air deflector. Back end of a 50 station wagon. Look at these.
I can set it in the back of my truck.
Fender savers, little curb finders. Those are kind of cool, new old stock. Might check on those, see what the price is. Get an old 20s or early 30s visor there. Chevy hubcaps, pickup truck ones. There's some four-wheel drive ones with the holes in them. Now we got a tool vendor there. Usually you got one of those at every swap meet. Sometimes it comes in handy if you get there and you need a tool of some sort. All kinds of different die cast here. Looks like anything from $2 to $15 on those, depending on which ones they are. Jump across the aisle here. This guy looks like he's got a mix of a few reproduction items and some older stuff. That's a reproduction Jenny oil sign there. 20 bucks on the Coke tray there. Nice little Ford coupe there, Tootsie Toy, 10 bucks, or Hubley, I guess, 10 bucks on that one. It's cheap enough. All kinds of files there. There's a sandblaster, or a blaster, plug blaster, I guess you call it. 20 bucks. That's what they used to clean plugs with back in the day. They'd stick them in there and blast them off to clean them, rather than buying new ones every time. Just clean them up. And this guy has some Dorman products. Nice little cabinets. Those are sold. I don't know if he got 380s what he had on them. Nice little set though. 50 bucks on the Mustang quarter panel. 50 on the trunk lid. 100 bucks on the door. There's some Chevy headlights there, about 1930, 31, somewhere in there, 200 bucks for the pair. Got a Model A body here, 28.9, 350 on the body. 20 bucks a set on the skirts. There's an International truck dash here for 40 bucks. Different hoods and doors and stuff in there. These are a nice pair of 20s lights here, 300 on a pair of those. You don't see a matching pair like that very often. Looks like 600 on the 36 Plymouth body. And we've got some fenders here. These look like 49, 50, somewhere in there. Chevy. This may be a 53 or so. 25 a piece on the fenders any which way. This guy here, we do know who this is, so if you want to contact him, we can get you in touch with him. 350 on the Model A body. No doors with it, little rust around the edges, but about as cheap as you're going to find one. See what this guy's got, some manifolds here and stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a 351 in Cleveland, 400 for the high rise, 600 on the carbs, 200 on that manifold,
No idea.
200 on the Budweiser Sturgis 07 sign there. It's like 1800 on the dirt bike back there. Yeah, this guy's got all kinds of stuff here on these tables. 64 Chevelle SS, 3 1/4 new, and he'll take 135 on that trim there, it says. Chevy Continental kit here, $750 for the whole thing, 49 to 52, and it's even got the guide backup lights, the pan, and the extension there to hold the wheel. Oh, he's got the skirts as well there. All Chevy stuff. Looks like he's got the, I don't know what these are in here. These are cool little air deflectors here. Go on the edge of the door. And he's got the speedometer, gauge cluster, and the directional turn signal control in there. All for that Chevy. Couple gas pump tops there, 45 and 65, depending on which one. Different pump parts. Get kind of a miscellaneous assortment here. 7 decals, 20 bucks each, looks like. All different gas pump parts there. There's some Tokheim panels there, 55 on that. Some 37 Ford taillights here, 50 bucks a piece, 20 on the extra stand. 95 on the tire repair patches, I guess is what that cabinet is. I get some more carbs here. Rochester 1973 Corvette, 75 bucks. Probably a good deal if you want one. 145 on that AFB. 70 on the Pontiac valve covers. Got a few emblems and stuff in here. Some Ford, some Dodge, some Chrysler, Chevy. Thermoquads. 79 Dodge pickup, 75 bucks. There's a deep extra well oil pan there, 75 bucks. Some intakes here, 110, 100 a quarter, 150 for the single plane big block. This one's 500. It's for a Ford. $100 a piece, or a set I should say, on the 14-inch caps. 125 on these 65 caps. $5 on the Model A firewall there. 20 on the hood. $5 on that half a hood there. $10 on the dash rail. I don't know what that one is. That one's kind of funky looking. Maybe somebody on the video can tell us. It's kind of thin, and then got nails and stuff on the back edge of it. Late 20s dash rail of some sort. You can see our pickup here. We got it full of stuff. There's Parker sitting in there getting a relaxing a little bit. $10 a piece on the Model A fenders. But we'll get up here a little further. Jump in this booth, see what this radio is here. 150. It's a Packard radio. 4950 Packard. Look at all the consoles here. 67 to 9. Firebird there for $250. Corvette brochures here. Electrical troubleshooting manual, that could be a problem. All electronics on one of those Corvettes. It's like 20 a piece on the radios. These are kind of cool. The tire stands with advertisements on them. $50 on the Summit. The other one is Crest Peak Performance. $15 on the Pontiac shop manual. 15 on the Ellis Chalmers. Some different shop manuals in there. There's a 56 Pontiac here. 25 on that one. Wrote it right on there with pen too. $350 on the Kelly tire sign there. And we got some more GM muscle car stuff here. Riviera piece there for $60. Different cans here. 10. Looks like the AMC one is 35. 10 on the Denoco. Got some cool ones. There's a GM fabric cleaner. It's got a cool looking Ford Grill Air Deluxe one with the extra trim on it. Price on that one is $400. Got some King B headlights back there for $100. He did have the visor here, so Parker's gonna carry that back for me. And got a Nash grill here. And a Ford grill, $1,000 on the Ford one. Yeah, this guy's got some Nova stuff here, Nova hood and trunk lid. Not sure what the chassis is. Maybe that's Nova as well. And there's another Nova hood. Quite a bit of different Nova stuff. Some vent panels there too. Say hi to this guy. Here's a nice dash there, $50. Hot rod dash that somebody's welded up. There's a Ford front cross member. And a Ford firewall there. Oh, this is pretty cool here. Look at the Dodge cab over, and they got a 40, I don't know, 6 or 7 or something Ford coupe on the back. We'll show you that here. Pretty cool looking cab over though. This one's got the cowl lights, so that'd be 41 to 47. Later hood ornament. This is the hard to find piece though right there. That emblem there for the cab over. Pretty cool truck though with a flatbed on it. And he's got a Ford. I assume the Ford is probably for sale. I don't see the information on the Ford. Some Rambler hubcaps down there, $2 a piece. Some Ford, are these, I don't know, maybe those are Chevy. Yeah, Chevy pickup spindles, chromed ones, $65 on them. Not a bad looking Ford coupe though. I like the truck.
I better go. Okay.
Red Wing Croc there. Let's see a price on it. It's got a couple cracks in it. Well, he wanted 20 grand for the coupe and 25 for the truck. I wouldn't mind having that truck. I might have to get in a hold of that guy. And it's got a 413 on a motorhome chassis, I guess. This guy's got some 55 Chevy 3-piece front bumper there. Brand new in the box. Looks like a Buick fender up on the bed of his truck. Pots for Dodson Z.
No, unfortunately.
What, you little Scott?
Got a whole list of
No, he's actually
prices there on his book. There's a Chevy gauge panel there, 25 bucks. Some new old stock Ford parts and pieces. Some different trim. You get 40 bucks a piece, or 40 a pair on the long trim pieces. Those are new old stock Ford. They're probably for the quarter panels.
Oh no, I was up there. You go up there and you start talking to somebody and you end up
10 and 25 on the parking meters. 20 bucks for the spotlights there. Model T grill there, 50 bucks with the radiator still in it. This big grill here, Detroit diesel, it says on that one. A flathead intake there. This guy's got some gas and oil collectibles. There's a Tyolene sign, porcelain one. Pickup box trailer there for $5.50. Rust-free one from Arizona. This is cool here, the step that you just hook on your tire there, and you can step in there to get up into the pickup box. I think I heard him say 700 on the sign here. It's got quite a bit of touch up on this side where they probably had that side showing, and you can see the damage to that side, but you know, it's not too horrible. Got a Goodyear sign here. Looks like $5.75 on that one, a tin one. $3 1/4 on the sun visor there. $150 on the Armstrong tire. There's an Olson Jetfire air cleaner. Dodge pieces here, 46 to 8 looks like. 3-piece taillights for $175. This is a little bit older one here, 60 bucks on that one. A couple years older. Maybe a 40 or 41, I'm not sure. Got some more taillights on this side here, Chevy. 45 each on the taillights there. These look like Chevy clocks as well. 8 bucks on that one. 25 on that one. Some Model A bumpers. And a $40 flathead intake there. And this guy's got a spotlight there, 20 bucks. Got some 40 Ford parts there. There's a door there. $150 on the door. $300 on the windshield frame. That's an aluminum one. You can see the Argentina. Never used, but it's an aftermarket aluminum. 39 coupe door there. Here we are at our truck again. You can see we got it full of stuff. We were working all morning. We got here real early, filled that up, so when we get home we'll unload it all and show you what we got. These are kind of cool. Fully restored, rewired, sound great. Those are for the drive-in movie theater. 175 bucks. I don't know if that's for all three of them or what, if they're each, I'm not sure. All kinds of different hand tools and stuff here.
That's a replacement box.
A radio there and some heater parts.
And a couple left.
There's a loopster here. $150 for the loopster. Guy's driving a little Cub Cadet. International guy there. Got some other parts and pieces, and over here got a bunch of signs and stuff. License plates, $3 each in the box, all North Dakota ones. 300 on the visor, that's a pretty cool one there. Tinted blue plastic insert. Here's a good piece here. This is a swamp cooler. 600 on the swamp cooler, nice condition. 750 on the set of wheels. Nice little fishtail sign here, 300. I like this St. Joseph's Cadets. 120 on that cast aluminum topper. $135 on the Tonka grader there. It's got the original box with it as well, real clean one. Big meat cleaver there, 500 bucks. This is cool here. 400 Edmunds Custom. The intake with the dual carbs on it. Signs here is 1 1/4 for the standard, 250 for the Texaco. This is kind of cool here. Fargo Kiwanis. A little reflector. Probably back in the 50s. Dad's root beer can there. 100 bucks on that. This is a serious exhaust whistle here. It's a big diameter pipe there. It's a nice piece. Don't see the price on that one. Here's a nice early headlight here for 25 bucks. Maxwell. Needs some repair. Missing some of the parts, I guess, but it's certainly cheap enough for a headlight of that age. A bunch more license plates here.
Yeah, and then they'll have the same style and reusability.
I always like the North Dakota highway signs. They get the Indian head on them. Pretty cool. Those aren't super old ones, but they're cool looking signs though. This is a neat deal here. International truck on there. I don't know if there's a price on that one or not. I don't see any price on it. It's made on a fiberboard. And there's a big standard porcelain sign inside the trailer. They've got some cool stuff there. Couple columns here. F100, 1980, 25 bucks on that one. 30 bucks for a set of 3 Ford hubcaps there. There's some Galaxy ones for 100 1/4, 14 inch. This guy's got some little F&F cars here, 5 bucks a piece. Those are kind of cool. That one's a Ford Thunderbird, but they're a little plastic, you know, pretty detailed plastic model. This here is free if you know what it fits. I think that's probably a engine mount for 30s or 40s Ford. Rivets to the frame. Looks like you get 10 bucks on that one.
Here's one I do not know what it is.
Don't know what that is. Oh, whatchamacallit. That is an oddball.
Uncle, what is it? What's
Yeah.
it?
See if somebody can tell us on the video. Maybe somebody will recognize that tool. Looks like some sort of hold, like you could, the teeth stick out, one on that side and one on this side. Something to grab a hold of something. All kinds of different hand tools here. Well, this part we're going to have to talk over. We got a 55 Ford truck grill there, bunch of aluminum wheels with some music in the background here. So we're going to scoot through some of these and we'll just talk over it. This guy's got a lot of die cast, different toy cars, trucks, tractors, all kinds of stuff there. Gonna jump across the aisle here, see what this guy's got over here. Got some miscellaneous stuff, couple knuckle separators there, or tie rod separators. 37.8 Chevy car headlight lens there for 30 bucks. Let's get some other Chevy parts here around the corner. We bought a bunch of 46 to 8 stuff from him. You can see he's got a couple remnants left there. We just missed a guy right before us, got 4 bumper tips he had. But can't win them all. This guy's got all kinds of tools and stuff here. There's a prop there, brass one, 20 bucks. Nice cast iron tractor seat here, 175 on that one. Pretty cool writing on that one. Don't know that I've seen that one before. And it gets some other tools and bicycle there and stuff. Over here we got some oil cans, oil bottles. All kinds of different stuff here. Look at all the bullet casings. 30-06. Not sure what that seat is on the ground there. Maybe somebody can tell us in the video. A couple Dodge pieces here. Rear trim and a grill. Well, we're done in the swap meet part, so we're going to come over here to the car show. We've had all our fun buying in the swap meet all morning, and we're going to get over here and check out a few cars before we go. Got a 59 El Camino there. Here's a 39 Chevy. Now these are show cars, so not too many of them are for sale, but this one here is. There's his phone number. He wants 25 grand on this. It's got a 305 with a 2-inch chop on the top, and Heights front end on that Chevy. Over here we got a 68 Pontiac. We'll jump back to the Chevy one more time to show you a little more about it here, because it is for sale, so we'll give you some better shots on it. Pretty cool car. Guy's more than willing to talk to. It says, or best offer. Here we get a Lincoln Continental. Nice looking two-door Continental. Look how long the nose was on that. Amazing. Get around in traffic with those big cars like that. Here's a 56 F100. Good looking little hot rod here. Got a chrome grille on it. And we got a 54 Chevy Bel Air. Looks like a two-door hardtop. Got some customizing done on it. Pinstriping and stuff. Here's a 1970 Roadrunner. There's a little Roadrunner decals on it. This one's a 383. Sorry, 1970 383. And we got a coupe here, Chevy coupe. This one's a 1947. Almost looks like Buick portholes on there or something, but it's got flames all over it, chopped top. Got a cool little hot rod. And we got a 37 Ford pickup here. Real wild, like a lime green color. Good looking 37 Ford. Over here we got a Corvette. Good looking Corvette there. Here's a 56 Chevy Bel Air two-door hardtop here. All done up. Chrome wheels and all kinds of chrome trim on that one. Here we get a Buick, 66 Buick. This one's a Grand Sport convertible. Don't see very many of those around. Nice little Buick. Over here we got a wild custom here. It's got a 50 Plymouth grill on it. Maybe the front ends of the fenders too, I'm not sure. You can see it's converted into a convertible. Got a later model top on it, like a 60s or 70s looking convertible top. And it looks like they started off with a 47 Chevy coupe. Then did some heavy modifications to it. Something you don't see every day, pretty wild. Back here we got a 65 Impala convertible. SS 283, you can see the tag there, small block. Good looking Impala convertible. Next door we got a Chevelle. This one's a 64 Chevelle. Got a 327 in this one. Another convertible. And we got a Camaro here, 67 Camaro. That one's all looking good there. Jump across here, we'll show you this Corvette. It's a 2007 Corvette right there. Got their tops open, a little chilly today for that. Got a 33 Plymouth here. I think anyway. It sure looks like a 33 Plymouth. It's got 33 plates on it. And it's got a Plymouth grill. It's a 4-door. Going fenderless, hot rodded up. Got a 92 Lexus here. And we got a 58 Chevy Impala here. This one's a 348, really nice car. Looks like a kind of a barn find survivor. It's a really good looking 58 Impala. Got a Maverick here. This one's a drag car. We saw this driving in. Pretty impressive sounding. Got a 351 in it. Good looking inside there. Big slicks on it, roll cage and all. 1972 Maverick, says there. Out of Minnesota. Here's a Toyota Celica GT. It's a 1981. You don't see those around very often anymore. And a Mercury Comet, 62 Mercury Comet here. It's another car you don't see around very often. Just a patina find right there. 4-door. Now this was kind of wild. You don't expect to see this in a car show. Windshield smashed all over the place, so missing all kinds of parts. Back end's cut out. I'm not sure if this thing's road legal really, but there it is. It's a 92 Civic. The guy drove it in, had the radio going. That's why we had to talk over this part. And we got an Oldsmobile here. This one's a 79 Olds Cutlass. Barn find, really rare car. Very few made. You can pause on that sign right there if you want to. Kind of an unusual body style. Like another El Camino here. This one's a 1960. Show you in the bed of this. It has somebody finished it off, put wood in the bed and stuff. Kind of interesting. Usually they got a steel floor in them. And we got another 1960 here. This one's a 4-door. Real nice original, low mileage car, 21,000 miles. Nice Survivor. Got a little kids ride here too. It's kind of cool. Supernova. There's the information on the 60 Bel Air. And here's a 70 Caprice. Chevy Caprice. This is another nice original Survivor. 4-door hardtop there. Got a 350 in it. And we get a Mercury, 1971 Mercury here. It's another real nice Survivor. Nice original car. Got the vinyl top, 4-door. Pretty impressive condition. Here's a Model A Coupe, 1931. Look at the tools and the interesting toolbox. That's kind of cool. Got a 71 El Camino here with a big block. SS 454 in it. And we got a pretty rare car here, a 33 Chevy sedan delivery. I had one of these in parts a few years ago, but they're full of wood, so they're pretty hard to survive. Once the wood comes apart, they just fall apart. Here's a 1960 Buick LeSabre. This thing's really wild. Look at the headlight design, the hood. Really strange styling on this. GM was really going full bore with the styling on some of these late 50s, early 60s cars. I'll show you the back end of the 59 El Camino, see how wild they are. And over here we got a 53 Mercury. This one's a custom car. Got a Continental kit, dual pipes, lake pipes on the side. Nice looking lowrider style. Got the flat head there all hopped up with 3 carburetors on it. Good looking Mercury. I had a 53 Mercury wagon one time, Woody wagon. Cool cars. Here's a Studebaker, 1948 Studebaker. This one looks like a pretty good original. Show you the inside there a little bit. Wood graining on the dash. Look at the wraparound curved rear window. It's kind of unusual for the times. And we'll jump across the aisle. Here's a 64 Plymouth convertible. Don't see those around every day. Good looking Plymouth right there. And we got a 59 Chevy wagon here, Parkwood wagon. Patina car with a late model engine in there. Tells all about it right there. 6.0. Show you on the back here, they got kind of an interesting taillight up on top. Looks like a 59 Cadillac taillight lens with a long extension on it. Give you the third light up on there. There's a 62 Buick Skylark. You don't see these around every day. Nice little 2-door hardtop. I like the color of it too. It's kind of a dark, I don't know, metallic-y blue. Good looking color on that car. Got another Buick here. 1968 on this one. This one's a 4-door hardtop. And we got some wild Volkswagens here. These are highly modified. This one's a 1968. See, they put a sliding top on it, kind of a funky coupe back on it. Then they used a hood, a front hood for a trunk on it, or engine cover. I don't know how you'd say that. Used to be on the front, now it's on the back, put it that way. And this one here is a 1972, also highly modified. Freak 72, it says on the license plate. Here we got a 1970 Challenger. It's a 340 6-pack tribute car. So it wasn't originally built this way, but it is now. TA. And we got an International, 1982 International, what they're calling a rat rod truck. Got a smokestack coming right up out of the hood there. Pretty cool International there. This tells all the information about it there. Here's a 79 Pinto wagon. Well, notice the louvered hood. It's like a real custom 70s. Got the round rear window on the side, a pony head with flames coming off it. This one's pretty wild too. This is a 75 Chevy 3/4 ton van, full shag. Look at that. You expect Elvis to jump out of the back there or something. It's pretty wild looking. Shag all the way to the front, all the way to the front on the header too. That's a true shaggin' wagon right there. Black Magic, it's called. Look at the windows in the back too. No bumper on the back for some reason. I think I'd want to have a bumper in case you run into something back there, do a lot of body damage. Look at the painting on the side. Got a wizard or a warlock or something. Pretty cool though. And over here we got another Corvette, 2017 Corvette. And a Camaro, 68 Camaro. Now this one's got modern engine, LS3, 6.2 engine. There it is, looking pretty nice under the hood. Good looking little Camaro. Red Mustang here, 1966. There it is with the red line tires. And we got a 66 Pontiac Catalina. This one's a 2-door hardtop. Big car right there, big Pontiac. And on this side, we got a 58 Chevy Del Rey. This one looks all original. It says Grandpa's car on the sign. Looks like a good Survivor. Looks like original seats and stuff from the looks of it. Pretty good original car right there. Behind it, we got a 39 Plymouth 2-door sedan. I always like the headlights on these. Pretty smoothed right into the body if they got the original. Sometimes you see the seal beam conversions, they don't look right, but those original bulb and reflector type look really good on there. Here's a 62 T-Bird. Good looking T-Bird there, red and white, two-toned. And we got a Volkswagen here. This one's a 1975 Volkswagen Super Beetle. It says rare La Grande edition, special edition. So maybe somebody on the video can tell us what that means. Looks a little longer maybe, but I'm not a Volkswagen guy, so maybe somebody on the video can tell us what it means. Here's a 66 SS 396 Chevy convertible. Good looking car, convertible with the big block. And we got a 35 Chevy Master Deluxe here, 4-door sedan, all steel turret top. So that's the first year they have with the steel top. It's got the knee action front, which is kind of a mechanical issue sometimes. Over here we got a couple Model A's. Here's a 28 or 9 2-door. It says 28 on the license plate, it says 29 on the windshield. And here's a Model A 4-door here. Good looking car, all nicely restored. We got a 46 Jeep here, flat fender Jeep, flat hood. Cool looking. Now we got a good looking Chevy pulling in here. Got a 327 in it, Super Sport. And we got a little Plymouth Satellite here. It's a 66 Satellite, 383. And nice looking Satellite. And there's a 65 Impala right there. We got it pulled in, good looking car. Hi folks, as promised, we're going to show you what we got. We got all kinds of stuff here. This whole pile came from the swap meet. So just to recap, this is the Art Olson, I think it was like a 51st anniversary or so, Fargo, North Dakota. So that's where the swap meet was. We got up really early and got out there, and we were out, you know, about when sun was rising. Got all kinds of stuff and did the video, and now we're back home and got it out, and it's about to rain here, so we want to get a quick shot of what we got here. So we're going to start on this end. This is a pair of Model A doors. These will fit a 28.9 two-door sedan or coupe. Nice solid pair of those. We got a clean Chevy tailgate. I think that fits 58 to 66 fleet side. Nice clean one. We got 2 pairs and a single of Chevy Advanced Design doors. This one here is kind of cool because it says Dennis's Toy Shop here. So it's got some neat paint on there, kind of patina. So that'd be good for a guy named Dennis. Could put it in his garage, hang it on the wall. These are all Ford dashes. So this is a shoebox Ford, and these other 3 are 1940 Fords, which are really sought after for hot rods and stuff. Get those out of the way so I can get back in there a little bit. Somewhere we got the ashtrays for one of those 40 Ford dashes. Here's a Chevy grill here for a Chevy car. Got that one. It's got a little damage on one of the grill bars. We got 2 of these grills like this. These are 54 Chevy truck. There's that one, and there's one here. And that one's got the bottom pan. It just somebody unbolted it. So we got those. Move these dashes a little bit so I can get in behind that stuff. This is a Model A sun visor, 1930-31. You can tell by the inset panel there. Here's a Model A dash rail. This is a pretty cool piece. It's a Ford pickup front bumper, but new all stock. You can see the part number there and stuff, and the original label and everything. That's a new all stock, so it's nice and straight. And usually pickup bumpers are either ripped right off the frame or they're all bent up from pulling them with a chain or whatever. But that's a pretty hard to find piece, so I was happy to find that. Here we got a 39 Chevy front fender. It's for a car. I primarily bought it for the nice headlight. I did see a lens there. I should have grabbed that too because it's a nice complete headlight other than the lens. But anyway, somebody needed a 39 front fender. There it is too. This is kind of a cool trunk here. Good looking 30s trunk. And it's one of those that kind of shapes to the body, so I'll have to figure out what exactly that fits, but it kind of fits the back end of the body, so it's probably for something specific. We got an Advanced Design tailgate here. That'll fit 47 to 53, one of those. We got a bunch of fender skirts here. There's all these here. I think there's quite a few pairs there. Then there's a whole box of them down at the other end there. So we got, I think there was like 14 sets of fender skirts. Mostly 50s stuff. There's a couple in the 40s. And these are kind of cool. These are cruiser skirts. They're missing the trim around there, but they're still pretty nice skirts. There was one other cool set back here. Got buried back here. Let's see. These are kind of neat, but these need a little work. Those are kind of like teardrop aluminum skirts, but these are pretty nice here. One of them's missing the piece of trim, but they're really in nice shape. And I'm not sure, something early 40s, but I'm gonna have to look up, see what those are exactly. These I know are Oldsmobile. I think there's 2 pairs of these. They kind of look like they're sawed off in the back. We got a set of bent spoke wheels here. There's a set of 5 right there. Ford bent spoke wheels, 16-inch. Then we got a couple rear brake drums here. These are got the wide 5 bolt pattern, and they're for mechanical brakes, so I think they're 36 or 7 right in there somewhere. Here's the running board off that 39 Chevy car, just like the fender over there. Nice solid running board. We got a 55 Ford truck grill here. That's the deluxe one with the chrome. It's got a little pitting on the chrome, but a pretty good grill otherwise. We got these 3 turn signals. This is a double-ended, and then this is a single-ended. There's a pair of those and a single one of those. These are GMC hubcaps for a 3/4 ton pickup. They're a little bigger in diameter. There's 6 of those actually. These are 16-inch Ford wheels, 1935. They're popular for hot rods. We got a heater here, Ford heater from the 40s. Got a Fulton visor here. Every time I do a video, everybody asks me about the Fulton visors we get. So I'll show you a little detail on this one. It's missing, if you can see on this end, there's an inner piece right there. and that is missing on this end right there. It's just an inner clip piece, and then it's also missing the two things that go on these arms that clamp it to the center of the windshield. So it needs a little bit of hardware, but it's a pretty straight visor right there. Those are always an easy seller. We got some King B headlights here on a Model A headlight bar. Nice pair of King B headlights there. I have one of these from another place, and I'm hoping that there'll be a pair, but anyway, it's a Dodge small Hemi valve cover. This is an old toolbox, and inside it I put a radio I got. I think he said this is 1973, but it's an 8-track player right there, GM. And then the toolbox is like a 1920s running board toolbox. And we got some garnishes here. These are Model A. You've seen in a bunch of videos, we sell these all the time. This is the horseshoe shape, that long piece that goes on a 2-door sedan. It'll fit any Model A 2-door. And then this is the rear bezel here, the rear window. This one is got written on it 35 or 6 Ford Coupe. I got to compare it. I don't know if it's coupe or sedan, but it's a 35 or 6, that's for sure. These are 40 Ford pickup. There's the 2 windshields, and there's the 2 that go above the doors. This is a 33 or 4 Ford, I think probably a sedan, a rear garnish. Got this windshield frame. The guy wasn't sure what it was. I think it's a 36 Chevy. It's either 36 or 37.8, but I'm pretty sure it's 36 because it looks pretty low. They're kind of slightly different in size. It does have a little rust in the channel, but still a good part to find. This is the box of fender skirts I was talking about. You can come over here and check them out. There's all kinds of them in here. A lot of GM ones, 4950 Chevy. There's a bunch of those, but there's some other ones too. There's some Packard ones. So it's quite a box of those. These go on a 53 to 56 Ford pickup. They go up in the door, and that's your mirror mounts. There's a pair of those. They're kind of a heavy hunk of steel. Got a little international promo there. It's got a repaired bumper. Somebody added that front bumper, but still kind of cool. These are kind of neat. These are new old stock, late 40s, early 50s looking curb feelers. And they rub on the curb and let you know how close to the curb you are, but they're right new in the box. We'll show you the smaller stuff in these boxes. See, this one had the helmet. We got a vintage helmet there, stars and stripes on it. We got a set of Ford. These are the reflectors, and there's the headlight lenses and bezels right here. That's those right there, the 37, 8, 9, somewhere in there. We got a pair of these. These are Hudson hubcaps. We got a boy named Hudson. I thought maybe we could hang one in his room. A nice Unity, I guess it is, that one. Nice fog light, but it needs a lens. Only one of those. Put this back on here. We gotta hurry up and get this stuff out of the weather here before the rain breaks. But we had a fun day. Parker went up with me, and he found some stuff, and I found quite a bit of stuff, and just had a good time up there. These are kind of hard to come by. They're Dodge pickup. They come off in 1981 for the 4-wheel drive front hub there. So there's a set of 4 of those right there, all in nice shape. That was a good find. Got a pair of these Wolf whistles. Those are always popular. Still got the original decal on there, made Hollywood. Let's see, Yoder Manufacturing, and then it says Hollywood. Anyway, those are an accessory that you can put on your car, and it'll whistle at people as you pull the cable. This is a nice mirror right here. We'll have to get that one on eBay. It's a Guide glare-proof mirror from the 40s. Those always are real valuable. We did get a few things Chevy here. Glove box door, it says 36 Chevy pickup, but that'll fit 36 to 8 pickup, and it'll fit a 35 Master, I think it is, or 36 Master, maybe one of the two cars. Chevy clock needs a glass. That's a 46 to 8 style. Let's see what else we got in here. Oh yeah, I got this toy. I think that's for a Wyandotte, but it's just a trailer. There's no truck, but it does have the tailgate, which that's always missing. If we could find a cab for that, would be a good one. Here's the 44 dash trays that go with one of the dashes. There's a pair of those. See what the last things were here. Oh yeah, these taillights here are kind of unusual. There's something in the mid to early 30s, but they got a funky looking taillight bucket. They might be like a Lafayette or something, I'm not sure. We're gonna have to figure those out. Kind of a cheaper looking bucket, but there's a pair of those, and they're pretty nice. There they are. Not sure on those. Here's a Chevy taillight, 37, 38. It's not broken. And it's got the, a lot of times these snap off here because the license plate fractures that off. And we got a 57 Ford truck, 57 to 60. That's a half of the radio. There's another piece too that goes up under the dash, but that's part of the radio. They're kind of hard to come by for the trucks. Got a Chevy hood latch for 46 car. These are the panels that go below the taillights. They always have rust on the back, but the stainless steel part's still good. Except for that one. That one's got a little damage here. So one of them's pretty good, one of them's mediocre. And then this other stuff is like 46.7 Chevy car. There's a Fleetmaster. There's a glove box door. And there's some parking lights that probably came out of that grill at one point. So anyway, that's what we got there. It's a good swap meet for us. We really like the ones out west. You know, we go to the ones out east, but we're more likely to buy a lot more at these ones out west because the stuff doesn't rust. And the prices are a little more reasonable when you get away from population. So we like ones, you know, South Dakota, Nebraska, North Dakota, any of these areas. We always do really well. So that's what we got there, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Please subscribe, give us thumbs up, give us good comments, share the videos to Facebook if you can. And we appreciate you watching. We'll catch you in the next round.